Let's talk about anti-Semitism, not just in America, but globally. And obviously the reason I'm talking about this is because of the Bondi Beach butchering, or the Bondi Beach massacres, or whatever you want to call it. It is just absolutely unsafe to be a Jewish person. Like, one of the things that, always gave me pause, at least at the beginning, was like, oh, well, if I broadly and widely announce that I'm Jewish to the world, is that going to cause more hate to come on me and my family? Of course, I'm not necessarily one to shy away or back down from a fight or whatever, so that, at the end of the day, I said it's important for me to, use my voice and be loud and be vocal, or as vocal as I can be, and with whatever reach that I can gather up. So, but when I saw the shootings happening, it was just, that happened. And one of the things that frustrates me with this ridiculously is that you have people posting online, do you think that Israel's actions are to blame for the rise in anti-Semitism in the world? And I'm like, you know what? Stop saying shit like that. Stop saying shit like, do you think anti-Semitism is caused by actions of some Jewish people? Because that in and of itself is anti-Semitic. It is anti-Semitic to suggest that people become more anti-Semitic because some Jews do bad things. Those people were already anti-Semitic. What those actions might do is might give them cover, might give them more opportunities to be able to point out and say, hey, there's this Jew that did this, there's just this Jew that did that, so we're going to just blanketly blame all Jews for the actions of some bad people who just happen to be Jewish. And if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to push that, then guess what? You're pushing something that helps to perpetuate anti-Semitism. And again, if you're willing to assign a behavior to all Jews based off of perceived behavior on some Jews, that makes you a bigot. That makes you an anti-Semite. You could be talking about something, eating a bagel. You could be talking about something that has no relevance to Judaism or even culturally relevant to Jews whatsoever. But if they know you're Jewish, they're just going to say, free Palestine. That in and of itself is anti-Semitic, because you are coming onto a creator's post who is Jewish, and you're not doing it to non-Jewish creators, but you're doing it to Jewish creators' posts, and you don't even know how that person feels about the war crimes that Israel is partaking in as it pertains to the treatment of the Palestinians who live in the West Bank and Gaza, which should let you know, anybody who's new to the show, to understand what I feel about the Israeli government as somebody who's Jewish. They're blinded to the religious privilege that exists for simply being a Christian in this country, that they just don't care about anybody else's faith. And who has made that possible? Donald John Trump. This president has emboldened people in this country, and maybe even around the world, who knows, to take actions that are harmful to Jews, be it violence against Jewish people, be it just words that potentially are harmful against Jewish people. He's empowered all sorts of bigotry, as we've seen with his ICE sweeps, as we've seen with who's getting deported, as we've seen with the countries that he's banning travel from or whatever, or saying, oh, if you come from these countries, you have to show us your last 5 years of social media to show that you should be allowed to come into the country. Like, this clown, this racist asshat is going to continuously help to foment bigotry and hatred in this country, and it's going to give those types of people the encouragement to continue being as racist and as anti-Semitic as they are, and just feel free to be more open about it. Because again, the anti-Semitism was always there. The actions of the Israeli government doesn't magically create new anti-Semites. Those people were already anti-Semitic. Those people, or at least those people were already bigoted. And if they were already bigoted but not hating on the Jews, they're just opening themselves up by listening to such arguments, listening to other people saying, oh, let's blame the Jews for what Israel does. Those people were already open to the bigotry as well.